A most pleasant, beautiful, lovely Monday, cool, nice, bright and lovely Monday morning. Good morning to one and all. This is Robert Checker Usher, and we welcome you to the Sugar City Morning Show, to everyone across the length and breadth of this beautiful jewel of ours that we call Belize. And it is Belize. We are Belize right here, folks, and we are coming to you live from Orange Walk Town, through the entire country of Orange Walk, and folks that are viewing us on YouTube who tune in every day to see our program, as well as the other persons who view us with their antenna for our on-air channel, the only channel that is on air right here in the north. We want to certainly welcome you to this edition of the Sugar City Morning Show for today, Monday, the 4th day of June 2018. As we indicated last week, Friday, we jump into the hurricane season, and we are 4 days into the hurricane season. And Saturday and yesterday, we saw a amount of water falling. Yeah, the rooftops were going down like pitter patter, coming down on my rooftops, coming down. You know, so the rain was coming down very strongly, very strongly. So we want to advise everyone as a reminder as well that we are now in the hurricane season, and we have to take a special note of that. And the hurricane season goes up until the ending of November. So for the next few months, we'll be having lots of different rain activities, and probably not sure what else will happen, if we'll be having any strong storms will be affecting us. But in a very short while, we will check in with the Belize Met Service to tell you about today's weather forecast, and it's 4 minutes after 7, and at this time we'll be going over all the way to San Pedro La Isla Bonita this morning to have Delvi to grace us with a special prayer this morning. She usually graces us when Emmanuel is not here. Emmanuel should be back sometime next week. The man stay under the weather. But nevertheless, folks, we're here with you to present our program bright and early right here on Universal Radio. And at this time, that's Channel 10, North Television Channel 10. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome all the way from San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. We have Delvi on the line. Good morning, Delvi, and welcome once again to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Checky. Good morning, Orange Walk.
And good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Blessed, cannot complain.
Okay.
So far, so good. And you?
I'm okay. Thank God I'm okay. And we want to pray also that everybody out there are okay. And we need to thank the good Lord for the blessing that we can wake up there. We can see, we can feel, we can move, we can taste, we can talk. There are some persons that do not have the opportunity to see, hear, and talk, you know. So we want to thank the good Lord for that and pray for the sick and the able as well, you know.
Okay. All right, Mr. Checky. All right. Lord, I give you thanks for this day above all things. Thank you for your grace. Thank you that you brought each and every one of us, those who are listening, that you brought us into this new day. And I thank you for preserving us throughout the night. And I pray that as we go about this day, that we be a divine reflection of you, that we be a grateful people, acknowledging that it is by your grace that we get to breathe, we get to become alive. So I pray that as we go about this day, that we be grateful. And I pray for all those who may be ailing, those who may be lost, those who may be sick, that your healing power be in and through them, to bring them the healing and the comfort that they need, Lord. Because apart from you, we have no good thing. And I pray that you bless the station, bless the members who are working therein, that they continue to move on your behalf. For you are good and you are God above all things. Thank you for blessing us in this day and be with us throughout the day. In Jesus' name.
Amen, amen. Thank you very much, Delvi. Thanks once again. And I know tomorrow we'll hear from you with another prayer. And of course, that special Tuesday morning poem that we'll be sharing right here on the television station. All right?
Yes. All right, Mr. Chen.
All right, Delvi. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Folks, we continue right here with the program right here live on North Television Channel 10. Robert Checky Usher with the Sugar City Morning Show. It is 7 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time we will be checking in with the Belize Met Service for today's general weather forecast, because we know it rained yesterday, right? So we want to see what today will look like. The general weather forecast for today, Monday, the 4th of June, is as follows. It says moist and unstable condition prevail. The 24-hour forecast, mostly cloudy with a few showers, periods of rain and isolated thunderstorms affecting mainly the south and coast this morning and tonight, and inland areas this afternoon. The winds are blowing east at 5 to 15 knots. The sea state light chop to choppy. We now take a look at the temperatures. We bring temperatures for you inland, in the coast, and also in the hills. So in the coast for today, it's 31 degrees Celsius, 87 degrees Fahrenheit, and inland 32 Celsius, 89 Fahrenheit. So it not be so hot today like the other days. Remember last week we had some lot of heat, and in the hills today it's 27 Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look at the temperatures for tonight. In the coast, 26 Celsius, 78 Fahrenheit. Inland, 23 Celsius, 73 Fahrenheit. So yeah, we could sleep good. And also in the hills, it's going to be 21 Celsius and a high at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Advisories, alerts, watches, warning, there is none. So we could go out and see today. But remember, when it's done like this, sometimes the winds blow heavy as well. The outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night is for some showers and a few thunderstorms across the country. And folks, we have tides, low tides today at 6:56. A low tide occurred this morning, and the next low tide will occur at 8:57 p.m. High tides today at 1:20 this afternoon, and tomorrow at 2:49 a.m. And the sun was up at 5:17 this morning and will set at 6:24 today. The moon will set today at 10:13 and rise once again at 11:17. We'd like to thank forecaster Francisca Wellington for this update right here this morning. So once again, we thank you all for tuning in. And folks, some interesting things that are happening around, especially with disturbing police news that we heard out from Belize City with a minor carrying a gun. Let me see if I can get this one here. That's right, with a minor carrying a gun, and it's very disturbing. And you know what happened? Unfortunately, that minor was hit by the police. And why was this minor hit by police? Then we need to check in and find out why that happened. But we need to get to that story right here, and as soon as we get to that story, then we will be bringing it to you right here on your station, Nortevision Channel 10. So folks, from that story, what we're getting from that story is that a minor was shot by the police walking around, and he had let me get the story right, because I really want to bring this story right for you. Also, I'm telling you about the volcano, the Fuego volcano that erupted in Guatemala. That's right. Let's see, 7 employees. All right, folks, we don't really have that story right here again, but what happened is a minor was going, police received a report that a minor, I believe 12 years old, was going around looking suspicious. When police went in the area, the minor was there. He was sat with a knapsack, and when police start following him, he turned around, opened the knapsack, and took out a gun, pointed it at the police. So the police had to fire a shot, and I understand he was hit with 2 shots, and he's now at the KHMH recovering. And I understand that the Commissioner of Police, that's right, the Commissioner of Police has put a serious inquiry into this situation, because it's something very serious. It include a minor, and then we have to wonder what happened. So this is the story here of that, folks. Belize City miner armed with gun shot by police. And this happened on Sunday morning at 6:49. Belize City Police are investigating the shooting of a miner that occurred yesterday evening. That's supposed to be Saturday evening. According to authorities, around 5:15 that same evening, police went to the intersection of Raccoon and Seagull Street after receiving reports of a person with a gun. When police arrived, a young man began to run, and as police set chase, they saw the person taking out a .38 gun from a backpack he was carrying. The young man was then pointed the firearm at the officers. Police officers fired a shot and shot him on his right and left leg. Later on, the person was identified as a 13-year-old miner of Peter Street. That's in Belize City. The grandmother of the miner was in the immediate area when authorities retrieved the gun he had. The kid was then transported to the KHMH for treatment. He is admitted under police guard. When released, he will be charged for 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of keeping a firearm without a license and keeping ammunition without a license. The Commissioner of Police has ordered a full investigation into this matter. So, folks, we might wonder all the time when they hear about guns and gangs and this, but damn, this is a 12-year-old with a gun. And they not only find out with a gun, but damn, he take out the gun and point it at the police as well. So that's something very, 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 very serious, you know. Also, folks, this one, four men, including a police officer, busted with over 20 pounds of marijuana. That's right, folks, and reports that 4 men was busted yesterday in Corozal. That was on Saturday with 23 pounds of weed. One of the men is a police officer attached to the community police unit in San Ignacio, and he was found in Corozal. So it make you wonder once again why these things are happening. Also, there is a Peruvian ship that is flying a Belize flag, and has been detained for illegal fishing. A Peruvian fishing vessel flying a Belize flag, named the Dominasa, described as the world's largest fish factory vessel in the world, was seized by that country's Ministry of the Environment last week Friday for report acts of illegal, unreported fishing. The vessel, which is capable of processing approximately 547,000 tons of fish per the year, faced multi-million-dollar penalties in 2016. So that's another one for us to look upon. You see them people out there, they fly with flagmen. What they go on? Anyway, folks, it's now exactly 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Dr. Homero Novello, and myself and Mr. Novello will be conducting the show right up until 9 o'clock, and you can be part of the show as well. We will have our telephone, and the number is 302-2121, and for text messages, it's 600-5769. So we take a short break, and we'll be right back.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Hey guys, my name is Jerry Badillo and this is my Diginet experience. The reason I decided to sign up for Diginet is because it's fast and reliable. I went to any of the Digicel stores and it was for my 10 megabytes. It was only $99. I got free talk and free mobile data at home. It's perfect. It's perfect for streaming those movies, you know, that Netflix and chill. My entire family, we're all connected and it's so fast. My work is all about working from home, right? And I advertise everything. I need to connect to my clients. When I go live on Facebook, no buffering needs to happen. So it's perfect for me. I need that reliable internet and that is Diginet. I also like all that free talk and mobile data that comes with my bundle.
Yo, you guys, this is crazy!
So it's the perfect experience. It's super fast, it's reliable, and it never drops. I recommend Diginet to everyone, especially here in San Pedro and all the locations that it's available.
Diginet is now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, Orange Walk, and now Placencia. Coming soon to Belamas Phase 1 to 4.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the washers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine.
Las tiendas A&R orgullosamente anuncian la llegada de un gran surtido de artículos justo a tiempo para el mes de mayo, mes dedicado especialmente para celebrar y honrar a nuestras queridas madrecitas. Si buscas fragancias, electrónicos para el cabello, electrónicos para el cuidado de cabello, relojes de mano o artículos para el desarrollo físico, no busques más. A&R lo tiene todo. Y si buscas sobrecamas en todas medidas, toallas, cortinas, cortinas para habitación o baño, juegos de olla, contenedores para basura y muchos artículos más para el hogar, una simple visita a A&R lo resuelve todo. Tiendas A&R, donde el gran surtido y los mejores precios hacen toda la diferencia. Visítanos en cualquiera de nuestras tiendas: Corozal, Orange Walk, Ciudad Belice, Belmopan, San Ignacio, Dangriga, San Pedro y ahora en Ladyville.
This
see you and how you're living. Always a star, yes. You live in color to the limit. Large and in charge, yes. That's why you rock with Busta. Fresh in range, I got colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things, things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Busta.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. The time now is exactly 23 minutes now, 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Monday and it's the 4th day of June 2018. At this time, folks, it gives me great pleasure to welcome my great friend from always back when he used to the jam on Youth Connection. Man, I said that the dance up that me and more rooftop. That good morning, man. Good morning. Welcome to the show, my brother.
It reminds me of Jammer Rooftop.
Yes, man.
That's a good while ago. That was when I was teaching at Muffles yes. High School. Yeah, some good old days. But yeah, you're a talented musician, and thank God Youth Connection is still going on. The only thing I miss is seeing people dancing in Orange Walk. I am wondering what is happening. Sometimes maybe we should run a little competition to see the good dancers. I know there are good dancers.
Yep.
Very good dancers I've seen in Orange Walk, but wonder if that has evolved to something else in the younger generation.
But once again, Doc, good morning. How are you doing? ¿Cómo estás?
A little fresh cold is creeping on me. I got wet yesterday on the Campion Trail, but no problem. We're still here. I don't think I'll lose my voice too quick, but be here with you guys. I'm so happy. I wish everybody a nice weekend. And it was kind of raining, but yes, we need the rain, the plants, the vegetables, and all what we eat needs that.
Yeah, but true.
Here we are.
When some people say that bad weather, Doc, when the rain come, it's bad weather for some, but it's very good weather for others, right?
Yeah. It's good weather for lovers too.
Yeah. So, ¿cómo está la relación con tu gente en Orange Walk North? ¿Cómo está yendo?
Well, Chequi, por la gracia de Dios, y le tengo que dar gracias primero a Dios, a mi familia y a toda esa gente que han abierto sus puertas a mí. No he tenido ningún problema con ellos. Han sido recipientes de mi visita. He escuchado todos sus plegarias, problemas de todos, y la mera verdad, como le menciono a todo el mundo, me interesa saber lo que ellos tienen para decir, me interesa escucharlos, porque basado en estas cosas también vamos a poder hacer un plan de trabajo. Entonces, no hemos tenido ningún problema con esta gente. Lo que sí, pues, ligero contratiempo por la lluvia de ayer. Sin embargo, hubo gente que tal vez me estuvieron esperando que no pudimos llegar. Pero así es la situación. Estamos terminando San José esta semana y ya definitivamente vamos a estar tal vez el fin de semana aquí en Trail Farm y procurar ver si terminamos el círculo. Hay otras dos aldeitas que necesitamos terminar también, que es San Pablo y Santa Cruz. Entonces ya casi le estamos dando la vuelta a todas las 9 aldeas que tiene la división. Y gracias a todos ustedes que nos han arropado, nos han abrigado, nos han brindado su amistad, nos han sacudido la mano, nos han hablado de buenas cosas, el futuro, los hijos, el país, la política, la educación, la agricultura, en fin. Muchos de ustedes son recipientes y son muy conocedores de muchas cosas que aquejan el país. Es cierto que muchas cosas se han hecho para el país y creemos que nuestros líderes pues han trabajado arduamente a pesar de las críticas, pero creemos que también nosotros podemos contribuir nuestro granito de arena a mejorar la situación, a seguirle dando, porque el crecimiento nunca se detiene. Puede llegar a una cierta marca, pero siempre se puede superar eso y seguir adelante. El crecimiento y la superación no tiene límites como dicen, hasta el cielo. Así que, pues, en eso estamos, para poder trabajar con todos ustedes, a toda mi gente las aldeas acá del norte. Trail Farm, pues ya vamos a empezar a tocar puertas con ustedes lo más pronto posible. Sabemos que vamos a pasar un buen tiempo trabajando en Trail Farm. Trail Farm es una de las entidades bastante grandes de la División del Norte. Es una de las aldeas más grandes del país. Pero vamos a estar con ustedes pronto y vamos a estar platicando con todos ustedes y escuchando todo lo que tienen para decirnos a nosotros. Así que la campaña va en pie, Jackie, y estoy muy agradecido, muy contento. Y me da mucho, o sea, me da personalidad el hecho de saber que pues hay bastante gente que está esperando nuestra llegada.
All right, Doc, we want to pray for the persons in Guatemala as well, because Guatemala's Fuego volcano claims in a deadly eruption yesterday. Hundreds of Guatemalans are affected by the Guatemala's Fuego volcano. Authorities confirmed that up to now, at least 25 persons have lost their life and over 300 persons injured. This volcano is located some 25 miles southwest of Guatemala City and has been spreading smoke and ash. One village was extremely affected by running lava, causing deaths and injuries. Guatemala's airport in the capital city has closed down while many villagers are being evacuated. President Jimmy Morales informed that a nation emergency response team has been activated. The river of lava has reportedly changed direction and is now heading towards a small town. Sergio Cabanas of the National Disaster Prevention Committee spoke and informed that people have been burned and killed, including a member of his staff. Residents have been urged to wear masks due to the falling ash. And the President of Guatemala has announced that Guatemala, they will be having 3 days of mourning and a state of emergency as well. Many Central American countries have sent their condolences and best wishes to Guatemala. That this volcano has been there for some while, but until now, it's happening.
Yeah, what happened is that, yes, we do send our sympathies to the people and country of Guatemala. You know, in times of crisis, many times we have to forget our problems and think about the people. Now, many times the problems that we have is not related to the people, but it's related to perhaps the government itself that is there. But no, they're human beings like us, and we must send our sympathies to all of them. I had a friend yesterday that gave me a little anecdote, and I could sort of kind of coincide with him. It's a little twisted in itself that he looks at Guatemala as a country of volcanoes, and that, you know, just like Belize is a country that is affected by hurricanes, Guatemala is affected by volcanoes. And so he said, you know, in 1975, Guatemala amassed 40,000 soldiers at the Petén area to invade Belize. And a lot of changes came within the country. The West got evacuated and everything. And you know what happens? Again, a volcano and an earthquake hit Guatemala. And so it was so devastating that the army had to go back to its base, to its barracks, and try aid the disaster that happened. Many people take this as though, well, God protects Belize. This is a God-protected country. But this guy told me, you say, again, they're fooling around with Belize, and this is what happens. We don't look at it that way. But the fact is that our sympathies goes for the Guatemalan people that are suffering right now. They're losing their homes, they're losing their lives. And many of these people have no idea what Belize is. But yes, our sympathy goes for them.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they punish right now as we speak, that because we understand that the lava, they spread more and more. And you know, in Guatemala, all the way up in that area there, that they have the area got one lot of poverty, you know. Yes. And usually when these things happen, why is it that all the time the poor people get affected, man?
Yeah, what happened, Chicky, if you know the demographics of Guatemala, which I have read a little bit, I don't know Guatemala as a country, like for say, maybe Mexico or something like that. But what happened in Guatemala is that the problem there is land. Land is a major problem in Guatemala, and therefore there's a lot of poverty there. The subsequent governments that have taken place after Rios Montt, who was president of Guatemala, have, led wars against the peasants, taking them for guerrillas and all these things. But at the same time, they have been removed from their lands, and they have been rendered, without a home. These people have fought hard to retain their land, but it became a civil war. The fact remains, though, that right now 90% of the land in Guatemala belongs to 10% of the population, which has to do with the military class. So that, if you do the math, 10% of the land of the people own 90% of the land. That's terrible. 90% of the population only own 10% of the land. And this 90% of the population is the poor class. So there's a major problem there. That's what poverty is happening there. I mean, it's breeding there. And many times Guatemalans have come to Belize and they've seen that, we do have land here, and they have prospered because of that, because they're hardworking. But the fact remains that that is a major crisis, major problem in Guatemala, that unless there's land reform there, they can solve this. But the military class, I don't think they will allow that to happen. And so Guatemala has been governed many a times by the hard hand of the military. The present president right now, Jimmy Morales, he's been manipulated by the military. Therefore, his stance on Belize is that they want Belize as a consequence. So whenever there is a civilian government, the Guatemalan government behaves different. We have President Serrano, who nearly got, he recognized Belize's independence and territorial integrity and sovereignty. But what happened, if civilian governments would have consequently or subsequently continued appearing, what would have happened is maybe we'd have already trashed this Anglo-Guatemalan dispute with them, making our borders. But this did not happen with Jimmy Morales, who campaigned on his platform that he wanted to recover Belize. And this is the hand of the military behind him.
Yeah. Somebody said the other comment, they said in a joke, dice que es tiempo que Jimmy Morales piensen qué está pasando en Guatemala y deja Belize en paz.
Yo creo que sí, es muy cierto. Como les había mencionado, esta persona que me dijo que en el 1975, sí, porque yo estaba en cuarta forma en el colegio, cuando 40,000 soldados o 20,000 soldados, no recuerdo la cifra, guatemaltecos se amontonaron en el área de Petén para invadir Belice. Y de repente, pues un terremoto y un volcán hizo que, destruyó bastantes partes de Guatemala, ciudad de Guatemala. Hizo que los militares tuvieran que regresar para darle asistencia a toda esta gente. Por eso muchos beliceños dicen que Belice es un país bendecido por Dios, y que la mera verdad, pues cada vez que alguien quiere hacer algo con Belice, siempre tenemos la protección de Dios. Y este señor aventuró a decirle que, pues, otra vez quieren Belice, y mira lo que está pasando. Y definitivamente, como dice Chequi, son la gente pobre que a veces sufre. Sí, bueno. Pero es una cosa que no sé si es un mensaje de Dios que les está dando estas cosas siniestras a los guatemaltecos, de que Belice es un país de prosperidad, de unidad, de paz, donde nosotros respetamos las leyes. Nuestro medio ambiente es uno de los más lindos en Centroamérica, y que tomar Belice así por las malas para venir acá a destruirlo es una cosa que a lo mejor tal vez, ni Dios lo permite. Entonces, son cosas que es para pensar. Nosotros le hemos abierto las puertas a muchos centroamericanos, porque somos gente de corazón. Pensamos no en el problema político, sino en la humanidad. Entonces, pero ellos pensar venir a agarrar a Belice para que desplazar a nuestros beliceños, que son dignos dignos, o sea, beliceños, es, creo que, cosa que no es de Dios.
Pero da cuando mencionas que puede ser un mensaje para los guatemaltecos, tenemos que saber también, como tú mencionas antes, que 10% de la gente de Guatemala son los unos que son dueños de el territorio.
Sí.
Entonces, si alguien está mandando un mensaje, no es para todos los guatemaltecos, son los unos que están allá arriba,
sí,
que está causando todo ese problema con Belice también.
Así es. Exacto. El problema con Guatemala no son los guatemaltecos, vuelvo a decir, es, o sea, la Junta Militar y los presidentes y el gobierno que ellos están formando. Ellos son los que tienen esto en su constitución, que Belice es de Guatemala. Pero cada vez que presionan el hecho de que quieren Belice, Diosito parece, bueno, estamos seguros que nuestro Señor Dios está de nuestra parte. No es, digamos, castigando a Guatemala, sino mostrándole, mandándole señales que Belice es un país digno y que hay que dejarlo como está. Porque somos, por ejemplo, el país en el cual tal vez no tenemos tanta población, pero hay es bello Belice, bello a mucha gente del mundo. Las cosas que Belice tiene es algo de admirar. Es un epicentro de la cultura maya y también tenemos la segunda barrera de arrecife más grande en el mundo. Todo esto conlleva para que nosotros podamos tener, digamos, bosques, lagunas, lagos, una fauna y una flora bastante saludable, bastante elegante, que nos da a nosotros una paz, una tranquilidad y una manera saludable de poder vivir. Vivimos en una tradición, los beliceños, que solo en Belice nosotros podemos saludarnos al uno al otro sin conocernos. A veces de un vehículo le levantas la mano a alguien y te contesta a pesar que no te conoce. Pero esos somos los beliceños. Otra cosa, somos pequeños, casi nos conocemos todos. Entonces, esa manera de conllevarnos es algo bonito que ningún otro país en el mundo, al menos que yo he visitado, lo tiene. Aquí saludas a cualquiera y te contesta. Le das las horas a muchos y también te contestan. Entonces, es algo bonito. Muchas veces nosotros beliceños no nos damos cuenta de las buenas cosas que tenemos porque lo tomamos por hecho. Un médico veterinario que vino cuando estábamos haciendo el barril ganadero me mencionó, hay algo lindo de Belice que admiro bastante. Le digo, ¿qué es? Es algo simple, me dice. Todo mundo tiene una gramita de zacate verde en su patio o enfrente de su casa. Áreas verdes de ese tipo es lindo, que nosotros en México ya lo perdimos. Todo es cemento o piedra. Entonces son cosas que a veces no nos damos cuenta y que compramos nuestro lawnmower y vamos a limpiamos el patio y todas las cosas allá por tener un patio limpio, pero es una cosa que no hay en todo el mundo y aquí hay gente que lo admira.
Yeah, that before we go on a break, someone sends a text here that pertains to the doc. He said, "Hi, do the doc have an office where he attends to people? I need to speak to the doc. I need to see him."
All right. Political office I don't have. Actually, like I mentioned to everybody, I'm an aspirant. I'm not a standard bearer yet. I must be honest about this. But if anybody wants to see me, I still have my office at Northern Veterinary Clinic at number 1 Guadalupe Street here in Orange Walk. I am there and I have my wife there who will always be able to communicate to me who came, who is it, and when can we meet. Because many times, I still have to work. I still have my customers to look after. And I'm juggling between the job and also the political campaign. So, yes, we can fit you there. If you can visit us there, it'll be nice. We'll be more than happy to entertain you.
Can you share a number with them, Doc, if they'd like to get in touch with you?
Yes, my number is 620-9513. That's my personal cellular number. The clinic number is 322-3764. So any one of those, yes, you'll be in contact with us.
All right, Doc, on that note, we will take a short break, and when we come back, things are heating up in the East.
Yes.
And many people are concerned, and there are some words coming out from the East on both candidates, who is supporting who and who is not supporting who. We understand it come like the volcano.
Dogs of war.
So, folks, we take a short break, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Did you know that if you are an owner or operator providing accommodation for cash purposes to any local or foreign guest, regardless of its location in the country, you are required by law to register with the Registrar Hotels at the Belize Tourism Board? Did you know that? Section 27(1) of the Hotels and Tourist Accommodation Act, Chapter 285 of the Substantive Laws of Belize, Revised Edition 2011, makes it mandatory for you to register with the BTB? For further information, please contact the BTB by email, telephone, or fax.
Ken Richards, and I'm representing Cellular Plus, where we provide sales for cell phones and cell phone servicing, and also TV repairs. We use the net a lot to download softwares and different programs for the servicing of our devices. It is something more reliable and stable. Previous internet that we've been using had a lot of droppage. Sometimes it was non-existent for a couple hours. We are a service-minded company, and we need to get our products out and servicing out as quick as possible. Now with the Diginet service, surfing the web looking for stuff for customers has improved our time and everything. Software downloads or software uploads, communicating with your customers and transferring large files, and improve our service on a wide spectrum of services that we provide. Anyone that's internet-based and service-driven, I would recommend Diginet to everyone in Belize.
Diginet is now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, Orange Walk, and now Placencia. Coming soon to Balamas Phase 1 to 4.
A high school basketball showcase took center stage at the first ever event to take place in the historic state-of-the-art Belize City Civic Center. Thanks to the government of Belize, Belizeans now have a massive modern entertainment and convention facility to be utilized by all sectors of society.
I have gone on record to say as well that Teachers' Day this year, which will come in next month of May, will also be here in the Belize Civic Center. All 5,000, almost 6,000 teachers strong will converge here in the Belize Civic Center for a massive event. There is no other place in this country that can hold the kind of numbers that the Belize Civic Center can hold.
Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. The clock feel like it spin fast this morning, man.
Boy, I tell you, and punctuality is something. Adam and the Belizeans, we were talking last week about the buses. But somebody mentioned to me something very important. He said, there's a culture also in Belize of not being punctual. So they say there's a meeting at 8 o'clock. Everybody will appear at 8:30.
Yeah, that's true. So the meeting starts at 9.
It shows that either we're living too good in this country that we're complacent about it, or there's no kind of education about this. Yes, we need to be punctual. Punctuality is bliss, and it's important. We Belizeans, if time is measured in man hours, half an hour lost is a lot of money.
We get complacent that will happen.
Yes, we are.
But that talking about that, let's look back at a little history in Orange Walk East since the 1984 election when these divisions were created. In 1984, when divisions were created, we're talking about different constituents. I'm not going to say division, let's say constituents, but let's get this call. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir, good morning.
Yeah, man, I want to hear about this damn TV thing. Sometimes it looks like the popcorn or crack-a-jack over here. Sometimes we don't get half of the amount of show by the TV. They say me upgrade it, you get worse and worse. Last night, everybody went to WrestleMania, nothing that don't pass on. I don't know if Jaime don't want to pay or you, I don't know how it happened. But they say something about this TV thing, man. There's something. What it happened? They say me upgrade it. I don't know if they got the dish turned down the ground or what.
Yeah. Well, you got cable?
Or the technician is no good.
You have cable?
Something wrong there, man.
But you have cable?
Yes, man, everything.
You have cable?
Internet and all.
Okay, you just have to, you see like when the rain comes like this, sometimes you mess up the line there, so you just have to report to the company. Sometimes water go in at the line there, that way technician they tell me over here. So you just have to check in with the people there and find out. But I'm knowing you want to say WrestleMania, right?
Not everyone know, I don't know, even when it get worse. It's dry, it's still worse.
Oh, okay.
It's a time I know the technician or they want to change or something wrong there.
Well, maybe something must be wrong with your line, but we could hope that they are looking into it, no?
Well, we thought the guy will pay for the bloody WrestleMania and never pass it last time. That's a shame, man.
Yeah. All right. But you see what happened back when we discussed this thing with this cable bill, right? That we have an increase right here in the month of June, but you have increase and you have decrease, because you have an increase in in the price of the cable bill, and I understand it's across the board, so it's no one cable operator we are referring to, because we understand it's going to be $60 over the country.
65,
yeah, but then if 63, somebody get a bill for 63. So the thing is that it increase in the price, but then it decrease in the channels that you'll be seeing, because we understand if you want the premium channels, then you might have to pay extra for it. You understand? Yeah.
But I heard there's an alternative, Netflix. I don't know how viable this is in Belize, but I see that many people are talking about it. I tell you what, let's put this scenario. Let's put this scenario here, and it's worthy of discussion. People that sell gasoline and fuel said prices are too high, but yet they have a gas station. If they're complaining that it's too high, why is it that they don't bring it down at their gas station? They're the ones that are complaining. One, the same people the general population are talking about cable going up. Now, the cable provider also provides fuel. So guess what? Why not do justice to the people? And, not even giving them a better service, but lower down the prices. I mean, let's face it, $63 and change for 1 month. That's not including the box, is it? And then, the number of channels are limited. Well, I know, I understand the people that are getting free cable in Central are complaining.
Did they complain?
Did they complain, yes? That the real free for their vote not really worth it now. So
yeah, but
somebody has to do something for the cable companies. At least for a family saying, well, I have 2 TVs in my house and 1 in my business. So well, guess what? I guess I'm going to start cutting down.
Yeah, a lot of people say they have to cut down because they really can't afford it. And you mentioned about the Netflix. They have a lot of ways where people could watch the movies as well. But of course, you need the internet, no?
Yes.
So, but make we hope that the cable operators, after people start to disconnect, make we hope that they say, okay, you know what, make we left it at 60, but we are getting people in the premium channels, no?
Yeah, because I think, tell you what, if they have to pay, let's say, for example, the copyright for certain channels, I think the vast expanse of the charge is profit. And, well, all of us, if you're having an income and we have to pay higher bills, we're cutting on our profit. Well, they have to make a sacrifice also. It's only fair.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning, Mr. Usher.
Good morning, sir.
I'm calling from Caledonia.
Good morning. How is Caledonia today?
Buenos días, Mr. Romero.
Buenos días, señor.
Bueno, fíjate que tú hablaste de justicia para el pueblo.
Sí.
Es bueno lo que tú dijiste. Nosotros aquí en Caledonia somos soportadores del UDP. Pero aquí no hay justicia social e igualdad. Nosotros tenemos 16 años de abandono. Hubo una extensión de terreno para casa. Hay gente que se quitaron de su casa de papá y mamá y se fueron a vivir allá en sus casitas humildes. Imagínate que te levantas en la mañana, no hay agua, andas y tal vez perdiste el flashlight, andas buscando cómo salir de tu casa en la oscuridad, empieza a llorar el niño que quiere leche y no hay luz. Esa es la situación de la expansión nueva allá. Gracias que el ministro Gaspar Vega nos obtuvo ese terreno ahí, lo conseguimos en su administración de él. Si la gente espérate, después te va a decir esto. Y nosotros queremos que haya justicia y justicia social e igualdad como hay en Ciudad de Belice. Hay feeding program, hay poverty alleviation. Aquí ya va a empezar el tiempo de huracán. Acá necesitamos holboards, acá cerca de mi casa, allá por el otro lado se aniega, nos hundimos, entra como un pie de agua entre la casa, pero el que no lo vive no lo sabe. Pero como estoy diciendo, nosotros queremos justicia social e igualdad para todo Belice. Yo te conozco a ti y yo sé que tú eres un buen político. Y si la gente de tu área donde tú vas a correr, y si tú te eligen, si son agradecidos con la cosa que hizo Gaspar Vega, deben de votar UDP. Y quiero, si tú estás en el puesto, que recuerdes de Caledonia. Recuérdate de Caledonia cuando estés en tu reino. Gracias. Soy de Caledonia y soy Bonifacio Pot.
Mr. Pot.
Ok, Mr. Pot, muchas gracias, tenga un buen día.
Yo le conozco, Mr. Pot, yo sé lo que está pasando en Caledonia, lo entiendo porque es una de las aldeas también que yo visito por mi trabajo, ¿no? Pero hay una cosa que también tenemos que discutir, sí, el señor Gaspar Vega, como usted mencionó, sí fue una persona que se ha estirado hasta fuera de su división para ayudar a los beliceños, ha sido una persona de corazón. Sin embargo, yo creo que la gente tiene que empezar a despertar y darse cuenta también de que el área donde ustedes viven lo está ganando continuamente una persona que no le importa nada de ustedes. Y eso es lo que más nos duele a nosotros, porque los líderes, si tuvieran de corazón al pueblo, yo creo que se iban a esforzar un poquito más para ver la situación allá. No sé si tal vez San Joaquín o las otras áreas allá son más beneficial para esta persona. Pero Caledonia, claro que sí, yo entiendo, está abandonado en ese aspecto. Su líder que ustedes tienen no se preocupa y nunca se va a preocupar de ustedes. Claramente que sí, este gobierno del UDP es un gobierno que sí tiene el corazón para mucha gente, incluso la gente que ni vota para él, se han ayudado. Y obviamente Dios nos permita, claro, nos vamos a acordar de mucha gente que son beliceños también y que son dignos de tener una vida aquí en Belice. Mr. Pot, gracias por su llamada. Tenga buen día y claramente nosotros sentimos por todos ustedes.
Okay, Doc, someone say, it is the Lord who speaks through volcanoes, eruption, hurricanes, etc., but man does not listen. And that's so we talk about this thing that Caledonia, right? But what happened is, Mr. Pot mentioned that the Honorable Gaspar Vega has been there assisting the residents in opening this new era. He's not the era rep of that area. But he still went in and you know, assist. I believe that in that era we have never had a UDP representative in that era. I don't know if that because of that the people don't get what they want, but they have a representative, so they need the representative needs to hear the call from these people. This man they win there handsomely all the time, but Caledonia, you know, win that Caledonia.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. The UDP not win in the constituents, but they usually win in Caledonia.
Yeah. Well, you see, Caledonia people are very smart. They know, they understand that the government that is willing to help is the UDP government. But Ayman, the rest of the villages have to wake up, man. Have to wake up. It's not just, you know, the fact that the area will be bought on election time, because some people, they don't care. They just, you know, get a little piece of money, that's it, they're going to vote. No, man. Listen, development, man, the children, the way we live, poverty. If people continue buying votes and selling their vote, this is what breeds poverty. Because leaders don't care about them after that.
Some leaders.
Yeah. Well, especially the ones that buy the election. Is that? The fact remains, though, that yes, it's Belize, man. And yes, we have to have a heart for them. But that leader there, man, I think it's time for him to go. You need better leadership. And perhaps I would ask Caledonians, put a candidate there. Let them stand up, because I know you guys have the heart, have the fire, have been suffering, have been feeling it. Put a candidate there to run against this person so that, you know, change can come. Because you see, PUP was there 10 years. Did Caledonia improve? Not at all. Did they listen? That road from Caledonia to Corozal, I mean to Libertad, is so dilapidated, so bad. Even the one that connects to Buena Vista, so bad. These guys have been rendered forgotten. Now PUP was there and they were still forgotten. I remember all the big potholes and all these things that you couldn't even drive to Caledonia because it was so bad. Who was in power? PUP. So, yes, man, we all feel for you people, but I tell you what, get a candidate and run against this guy, man. This guy needs to be changed.
Yeah, that's so. When it comes to Orange Walk East, we know in 1984 when Elodio Aragon Sr. Won in the Orange Walk East, we had villages such as San Esteban.
Yeah.
We had Palmar.
Palmar, Santa Marta.
Santa Marta.
And also
Tower Hill, Champagne Ridge,
yes.
Carmelita.
Yes.
Now, San Esteban is in Orange Walk Central now. Yeah. I believe from that time that we had Elodio Aragon, we had Dave Burgos, Marcel Cardona, Dr. Tulio Mendez, and now we have Elodio Aragon Jr. 5 persons who have represented the East, and that's in the past from 84 till now. So now we understand that, well, right now we know that Elodio Aragon Jr. is the current era representative and the minister of police in that area, no?
Yeah.
And he lives in the Orange Walk East as well. In 2015, when the Honorable Dr. Tulio Mendez at that time stepped down, that's when Joshua Carballo took over the reign. In 2015, they went into a November election, and Elodio Aragon Jr. won the election. Now we had this election that came up right here 2018 in March, and things twist a bit in that area in favor of the People's United Party.
Yeah.
Now Carballo was there, and he is claiming by him being there, he holds that credibility for that change. And also the current mayor of Orange Walk, Mayor Kevin Bernard, believes that he is the one, along with the entire council and the PUP party, are the ones that are responsible for that swing of vote when they won. Now, both of them are going head-to-head in a convention which comes up this Sunday.
Yeah.
And we understand that, well, we have to know that when anybody run, both candidates have their sides, have people where they
on the corner,
where they support them. But we understand that some people in the corner of Carballo are not too happy about this convention. But democracy is where it's at today, Doc.
Yep. The fact remains that conventions can be looked at 2 ways. There might be, a convention drums up the different voters of the division. But again, it breeds division itself. What has happened, though, is we have to look at this carefully, Chicky. A guy told me what happened in Corozal's convention with Tea Garcia and Dido Vega and the rest is the same reflection that's going to happen. It'll be mirrored in the East, whereby Kevin is being supported by Johnny Briseño camp, and Joshua Carballo is being supported by the Cornell and other factions. Now, looking at this, it mirrors also the fact that PUP is having leadership problems. Because if John Briseño supported Tea Garcia and he lost, I think John Briseño doesn't know where he's putting all his eggs. And if he's supporting Kevin, and if Kevin loses, again, it'll be a blow for Johnny Briseño camp. Now, with the fact that Belize City put up a PUP camp, or a PUP mayoral candidate and councillors, Cornell now feels like he has the upper hand. The man got power now. So he's wielding his power, trying to select candidates so that he can garner more support the day they have an election for leadership again within the PUP ranks. Notice this looks like a little telenovela, no? But the fact, though, is that in Orange Walk East, having the history of seeing PUP and UDP winning in this area, we also know, I live there, we also know that people there are very smart. And yet, they're seeing through this. Kevin has to have seen the history of these things, but man, the man no land. The mayor of Belize City also did this. He ran for a division north. However, there's a difference there. He was elected several times, But he vacated his seat to go and run. He lost, unfortunately. Kevin just won the town council municipal election, but greed is breeding in his brain that he now wants to win the division. Given this scenario, Orange Kenyans are very cagey about this, are very smart. And with the rains coming down and the flooding happening in Louisiana area, and the drains, have clogged up, shows that Kevin know they do a job at the town council. What happens is that people are just leaderless. There's no mayor there. But let's put it this way too. Let's assume Kevin wins the East on the convention.
Mm-hmm.
What's the scenario for Elodio Aragon Jr.? Well, we know Elodio is working tirelessly. He is working hard. So either of these candidates, if they win, will be trashed at the general election. But before we go into that, let's look at the scenario, how it plays. If Kevin wins, and I think the people of East will give him a defeating blow at the general. But at the same time, if he loses, the people of the East anticipated sending him back to his job. Go back to the town council and try to do your job. But many of them are saying he doesn't want to go to the town council, he wants to go somewhere else, building new pastures, because the town council, they get broke. He's using the resource of the town council. It's suspected that he's using this resource of the town council to campaign and try to win the East. But one thing is, Orange Kenyans need the services they voted for. But many of them are getting disenchanted with the PUP because they were drummed up so high that they gave him a beautiful victory. But they're wondering, is this really what they voted for? Is this what they really wanted? Kevin has indebted the town council so much. He built so many streets. All the money that he gets from central government has been committed to pay a loan for almost 10 to 12 years. So that money is drying up quick. Where's the money coming from now? Obviously, he sees that 3 years at the town council is a disaster. He has to pay debts. And so he's looking for greener pastures. So Orange Kenyans are seeing through this. And it will be very interesting to hear the results coming Sunday.
Yeah, Doc, you live in the East. How I think Dave Burgos was the only one that was a back-to-back elected representative, if I'm not mistaken,
yes.
In Orange East. How
No. What happened? Elodio Aragon was also three consecutive terms.
Oh yeah, because when the party lost, he was in opposition.
That's right.
But when the things that come like that with conventions and elections in the East, that were a very heated area, especially when I go to Louisiana school. You see both parties are bringing their people and everybody to make sure they hold on to them people and people not let go. What are the perception of the people in Orange Walk East when it comes to come out by election day and vote for somebody?
Well, they participate big time. The most spectacular convention that we saw was Elodio Aragon Jr. with this guy
David Constanza.
David Constanza, yes, that was spectacular.
It was close too.
It was close. Now the thing is though that Elodio Aragon was facing a little problem trying to unite these people. He finally did and had a victory at the polls. But UDPs could have seen are different in that term than PUPs. UDPs could have seen that the next government would have been this one coming. So they united and they gave him a victory. But the PUPs are different. I understand that when they separate, it takes even more resources to bring them together because they're too proud. And not only that, they hang themselves to the point that sometimes they say, like what they're saying in Corozal. You know, many of the voters that went to the polls for Thea Garcia are saying, man, I am not going to vote again for the general because I'm not going to vote for Dido. But again, I'm not going to vote for the UDP. So might as well, I will stay home. I'm not going to vote. And this sometimes happens with the PUP here in Orange Walk East. That they decide, man, let me go fishing or let me go somewhere else and forget about the election because it's not the type of election that I want. So these are some of the things that happen. Conventions, drum up the area, but sometimes they breed the division. And sometimes, to bring in these people, it really takes creativity. It takes, like they say, it takes really a lot of resources to bring them in. But he who can bring them can also furnish himself a victory.
We don't have stay-home voters at East, don't you? People abstain and vote.
Well, I think they do have, because actually there's a high percentile of voter turnout. Sometimes we've had, 63, 64%. Yeah. For us, that is high. But the remainder is, where are they? Where are they?
That's true that. Yeah, well, Doc, it's 12 minutes after 8, so we will take a break, and then we will continue with some more discussions after this short message. And somebody say, por favor, dile a Doc que habla un poquitito más en español.
Okay.
All right?
Gracias.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
A fast and reliable internet connection is crucial to the success of any business. That's why we at Pingboty chose DigiNet. Not only is it affordable, but it is service we can depend on to keep our business running 24/7. Plus, our DigiNet business plan allows us to stay ahead of the competition. For only $99, we get a dependable fiber connection at super fast speeds. Visit your nearest BTL office and ask about how DigiNet can enhance your business today.
DigiNet is now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, Orange Walk, and now Placencia. Coming soon to Balamas Phase 1 to 4.
Maintaining steadiness, consolidating stability, advancing growth.
In the Capital 3 budget, provisions of over $43 million have been made to finance the following key infrastructure projects. Continuation of the upgrading of the Hummingbird Highway, $11 million. Continuation of the Belize Southside Poverty Alleviation Project, $4 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of new sections of the George Price Highway, including the construction of a new double-lane bridge at Roaring Creek, $13 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of a new section of the Philip Goldson Highway, $5 million. Commencement of work on the new Airport Link Road, joining the access road to the PGIA, joining that with the Western Highway, $3 million. Commencement of work on the new Haulover Bridge, $3 million. And commencement of work on Phase 1 of the Caracol Road Project, $4 million. In addition, provision of $9.5 million has also been made for projects in the education and health sectors and towards our vaunted poverty alleviation programs. Mr. Speaker, I should point out that as we have done in all the years since taking office, we will again be financing our capital program wholly from concessional sources provided by our international development partners. We will not be borrowing any funds on commercial terms. These are the investments that will continue the transformation and continue to bring the jobs to lower even more the unemployment rate and lift lives and the economy.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Why go anywhere else on vacation when an unforgettable experience awaits you right here in your own backyard? Explore southern Belize, home to the Cacao Trail, the historically rich Maya, and our illustrious southern heritage. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a cacao tour, relax by the river, or enjoy a basket weaving demonstration. Stop in for some delicious southern food. Come and enjoy some good old-fashioned southern hospitality. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional road works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's now exactly 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. My name is Robert Checker Usher, and I'm here along with Dr. Novello this morning discussing some issues. This text here says, Mr. Novello, we the people are confused. PUP and UDP do the same. Belizeans need jobs to pay for living costs of living is high. Even the businesses are feeling. Mr. Barrow is focusing on streets, and he should see for jobs, then infrastructure.
All right. You know, many years ago, I guess people need to be reminded about this. Many years ago, people would say, man, look at Chetumal. We got streets like Chetumal. Chetumal pretty and all these things, and we don't got no lights, we don't got no street, we don't got all these things, and they start to bicker, bite back and all that. And honestly, infrastructure is one of the pivotal areas of development that can bring forth success to any business, any enterprise that comes to Belize. In fact, it brings prosperity to the Belizean people. It solves a lot of problems that we had before. But people say, all right, we can't eat streets. Granted, we can't eat streets. But I tell you what, the construction of streets brought work, jobs. Belize City, you know, all those cement paved streets there, thousands of Belize City people got jobs. Here, many Belizeans got jobs. So money spreads around a little bit. Of course, there are contractors that are making big money out of this, but the fact remains that that infrastructure that is built, let's look at Orange Walk. You run from Come and Go gas station up to the roundabout exiting Orange Walk. I mean, so smooth, so nice, that we have forgotten all the potholes and all the banging and all the shacks, all the springs and everything that we were buying before. So what happens? That's prosperity, that's success. Yes, jobs. Of course, I do understand that. We need jobs. But you know what? Also, we need education. We need a lot of things. We're a country of needs. But we cannot solve everything in one league. We're trying our best to do as best as possible. This government launched a campaign on infrastructure. It brought jobs to many people. It's bringing prosperity to our country. Transportation of goods and services from one place to the next is better. I remember when the papaya industry was in, and I'll bring this up, Blue Creek was, and the Mennonites, and in fact people in the Orange Walk South were producing papayas, and they could not transport these papayas through those rough roads because they got bruised and therefore were not adequate for the export market. You remember that? I mean, some of perhaps you don't recall it, but I'll tell you something. With the road from San Felipe and Blue Creek to Orange Walk, I am sure exportation of those kind of goods and services are better. In fact, Cañeros are using those roads to their advantage. People say, all right, we need sugar roads and all these things. Of course, we need a lot of things. But then, you know, it's the infrastructure that was put there is something that will be there for many years. And it's important. But let's look at this, though. When it comes to jobs, we need industries in Belize. But we need to train our technical staff. And this is my big cry in Orange Walk. Orange Walk is good at business. Our schools have been producing a lot of business students. But on industries, you need to have technical people also. You need to have science people. We need engineers, civil engineer, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, electronic engineers. All these people are cadre of technicians. Of course, the IT vets are looking into that as much as possible. But we need to train more staff, more people into this. Any industry that comes here, we need to look at our job, you know, how our people are trained, our job trained people. And so what happens is that in a village, like let's say for example, let's put San Jose or Trial Farm, we need to have a plumber, we need to have plumbers, we need to have electricians. We need to have all these people. So guess what? There's job within the perimeters of where you live. But you need to be fully trained. Because I tell you what, people are demanding quality. Belizeans demand quality. You walk into a house, they need to wire that house well so that, you know, that they're not using as much electricity as possible because the caliber of the wire is adequate for the type of appliances you're going to use. I'm not an electrician, trust me. But, you know, these are some of the things that they look after. Quality. Many of these things are within the grasp of our hands. We need more nurses. We need more pharmacists. Because, you know, like someone said, they need a pharmacy. Why? I mean, people have to be running from there to Orange Walk to come and shop. The cost of those products or those medicines that they're going to buy increases by the fact that they are moving from one place to the next. Fuel, time.
But is it practical to put these pharmacies and different businesses in those areas, Doc?
It is. The population demands it, and it's there. You're talking about a place that has, just San Jose has about, San Jose and San Pablo has about 2,500 voters. So the population there is, believe me, more than 5,000 to 6,000 people. So yes, it does apply. Not only that, there are other goods and services that could be provided within the area. Like we're having a garbage problem. Garbage needs to be picked up, and there's a service that could be provided there. Now I'm talking about little jobs. Well, many times people have the notion that if you went to high school or junior college, that you're supposed to have a highly paid job. Yes, you can, but I'll tell you what, get to university. There are chances that you'll probably be somebody that will come back and open a business and be an employer rather than get a job. Education empowers people to be able not only to get a job and work for somebody, but also to become independent and work for yourself and employ other people. So you become an employer. So a good education. I saw on Facebook the other day that somebody says, I invested 12 years of my life studying, and gee, there is no job.
Can't get a job.
So what happens? What kind of education did you get? Can't you get self-employed? Yes, you just can't start. Listen to me. I also started working for myself. When I started small. The sign I put up, I had to make it myself, put it up myself, out of what? A piece of plyboard. That's the way I started. I started working on a desk. But then with time, because of the type of service you provide, you start to grow. You employ people, you expand. Entrepreneurship is something that has to be instilled in our Belizeans. Like I say, there are millions of dollars that traverse our highways. We need to capture some of that. And then the sugar industry has been pumping for 50 years and over millions of dollars into our economy in the north. And we need to see how we can capture some of these monies that are being pumped there. So commercialization of an area, like I've seen in many countries in Mexico and Central America, changes the economy and the dynamics of a society. We need to start looking at ourselves and say how best we can do with what we have. In fact, even our eating habits, that is breeding a lot of diabetes. We had the Kidney Association here who opened our eyes to this. 63% of Belizeans are prone to have diabetes. Our eating habits need to change. We need to start to eat what we produce. That's part of the economy. And many of them have the classic saying, Chinaman sell fried chicken, but he don't eat it. He want local chicken. Yeah. And we live here, and we can produce local chicken, not throwing any stones to the Mennonites who produce the chicken, but tell you what, we can produce what we eat. Can produce some vegetables, can produce some peppers, some, cabbage and all these things, which augments and gives us a healthy dinner and a healthier life, rather than 63% of us overburning at the time our health services. Because tell you what, dialysis is not a joke. I don't wish that on anybody, and my heart goes for those people that are on that, because it's expensive.
Yeah. Somebody say we have electricians, but they charge extremely high prices. Pero cuando está hablando así, Doc, ¿qué pasó si la gente al día dice que, pues está bien que el doctor está hablando, pero yo no tengo la capacidad en mi level of education porque mis papás no podían mandar a todos en el colegio? Entonces no tenemos la capacidad para salir allá afuera a hacer un propio negocio o ser una persona como un electrician o alguien que tiene un skill.
Estoy de acuerdo. Eso es lo que también nosotros quisiéramos ver. La educación del pueblo después de la escuela, o como le dicen en inglés, adult education. La mera verdad es importante. Eso tiene que ser, porque la gente que ya llegó a la vida y veo que necesita eso, son la gente que cuando se le da la oportunidad lo van a aprovechar. Son gente que, como dicen, they are no nonsense people, they are going for it, van a ir por ello. No lo van a despedir, van a dedicarse a ello. Y obviamente creo que es algo que también tenemos que ver, la educación de los adultos. Les digo una cosa, en el trabajo que yo hago como médico veterinario, no me he hecho los aplausos yo, porque creo que no es bueno alabarse. La verdad es que cuando yo vine a Orange Walk como veterinario, Cayo tenía más ganado que Orange Walk. Cayo era el productor más grande en ganadería. Se lo menciono porque todavía los libros que veo que en la primaria están usando dicen que Cayo es el más grande. Cayo no es. Orange Walk ha llegado a ser desde 1995, 98 para adelante el productor más grande en ganadería. Tenemos más de 52% de la población ganadera en Orange Walk, de todo el país en Orange Walk.
What?
Entonces, ¿qué sucede? Es de que cuando yo trabajaba con el Ministerio de Agricultura, nosotros llamábamos bastante juntas ganaderas en la cual procurábamos enseñarle producción animal al pueblo. Muchos ganaderos consiguieron la información, pero yo siempre le pedía a los señores, a los adultos, que por favor trajeran a sus hijos, para que ellos, como en la agricultura es sucesión, los hijos agarraban el negocio después, que vengan y también aprendan de eso. Les digo una cosa, quienes aprovecharon más todo este tipo de educación fueron los menonitas. Ellos venían y si te escuchaban y ponían atención y llevaban información y lo ponían en práctica. Ellos crecieron. Nuestra gente ha crecido, pero creo que tenemos que seguir empujando otra vez esto de producción animal. La educación va por allá. Entonces, esto es educación fuera de las aulas, fuera del sistema de educación que tenemos. Entonces, yo siempre he abogado por la educación de la gente después de la escuela, ¿no? La educación de los adultos. Enseñarles ciertas cosas en la cual tal vez ellos están metidos en un rancho o están en casa, algo para que puedan mejorar su actividad económica, puedan hacer un poquito más de dinero, mejorar su condición económica y así tal vez poder mandar a los hijos y mandarlos de veras para que tengan una mejor preparación. Y yo no digo, no todos nacimos para ir a la escuela, obviamente. Yo encontré bastante gente en mi trayectoria de escuela en la cual no les entraba el inglés ni la matemática, pero ¿saben qué? Ahorita son unos buenos artistas, buenos pintores, o sea, buenos albañiles, este tipo de gente, y excelente. Entonces, hay muchas otras formas. Tal vez los hijos a veces no nacieron para ir a la escuela, pero tal vez tienen otra inteligencia, otra forma de tal vez poder vivir. Entonces, muchas veces tal vez tenemos que ver eso ya en los aspectos de la educación de los adultos. Cosas que sí necesitamos, creo que es importante que se vea. Para esa gente que tal vez no tienen la oportunidad, Chiqui, que me dice que ella no fue a la escuela o no pudo tener la oportunidad, conchas, hay muchas otras oportunidades. ¿Y saben qué? Los líderes que tenemos en este partido del UDP han visto muchas de estas cosas, han hecho bastante y creo que se sigue haciendo más. Como les digo, la prosperidad no tiene límites, el desarrollo no tiene límites, es continuo. Entonces, son ideas que nosotros tiramos allá, son cosas que yo desearía ver, porque sí sé que hay gente que se le da la oportunidad y van a brillar, sobre todo la gente que ya saben qué es la vida. Entonces, no solo hay que pensar tal vez en los jóvenes que están en la escuela, que tengan esa oportunidad, ese sueño, que cumplan su sueño, sino que también ustedes que no tuvieron la oportunidad, que se les pueda brindar una oportunidad más de poder llegar a ser lo que son, para poder ayudar a la familia y poder hacer algo para la economía de su casa.
Yes, Mr. Novello, where is the papaya? And concerning education, hundreds of students are graduating. Where are the jobs? It is easy to see university if the cost of living is high. Majority of Belizeans are low-income earners. What happened is in that case that they have these institutions. There is the Development Finance Corporation. We know that went down the drain, and the Prime Minister believes revived DFC, no?
Yeah.
We have the Development Finance Corporation. We have Beltrade that assists people as well. We also have the National Bank. I'm not sure how the National Bank works, but then people needs to go into those institutions and see where they can get some help. I believe DFC had a program, I'm not sure the program is still on, that you go and you do your little loan with them, and they give you that grace period until you are out of school and you start working for you to start paying. I'm not sure if that program is still on.
Still on, yes.
So it's I know it's a tough thing because other things tight out there. But then lot of business people we got up their business and so they took their challenge as well, you know, Doc. They took their challenge in setting up their business and say, okay, I'm going for it, but I'm going positive into it because I know this is going to work. But for it to work, I just can't set it up and leave it there. I have to make sure I work it.
Sí, es importante eso, Chequi. Querer es poder. Y yo se lo digo a todo el mundo. Belice es un país de esperanzas, es un país de oportunidad. Nosotros beliceños muchas veces tenemos somos muy complacentes. O sea, comemos, dormimos, estamos contentos. Pero a veces es mucho más Belice. El que no vive en Belice, viene a Belice y ve esto, sabe que la oportunidad está acá. Nosotros sí, muchos de los que vienen acá son los que tal vez prosperan y ves que se van así de rápido. Y he encontrado a un señor, pues yo lo encontré, andaba con su machete limpiando cercos. Como al mes, 2 meses, veo que ya anda con su weed eater. Luego, como al año, anda con un Toyotita, su weed eater y su lawnmower. Y luego después ya veo que mejoró el vehículo, anda más con varios, ya anda con otra gente en el vehículo haciendo el trabajo. Mira, en el espacio de 2-3 años, esta persona ya consiguió su terreno, empezó su casa, no te das cuenta ya, el hombre está viviendo de un negocito. Y eso es, ¿cuánto tiempo? No tiene 10 años para que él pueda tener todo esto. Pero nosotros a veces lo que pasa es de que tenemos la mentalidad de que el gobierno me tiene que dar todo. El gobierno me tiene que ayudar. Señores, sí es cierto, a veces hay gente que lo necesita. Y no digo que no. Claro que sí, hay madres solteras, hay parientes que ya están tan ancianos que no pueden trabajar, los minusválidos, los ciegos, toda esta gente, pues conchas. Hay que ayudarlos, hay que ser de corazón. Sin embargo, le voy a decir una cosa, hay que darle el empuje también a aquellos que lo necesitan, aunque están trabajando, están luchando, ves que le están dando con todo, hay que darles una ayuda para poder brincar ese eslabón y llegar a otro nivel, obviamente. Pero si ustedes se dan cuenta, y tal vez muchos no han entendido esto, de que los servicios que el gobierno da es una ayuda grande para todos. Una carretera es para todos, es una ayuda para todos. Servicios de electricidad es para todos. Muchos tal vez no lo tienen, pero el gobierno se preocupa porque lo tengan. Y cuando lo tienen, nos olvidamos que el gobierno nos los dio. Pero fuera de eso, obviamente que a veces queremos mejorar nuestra condición de vida porque un culvert enfrente de mi casa, pues lo necesitamos. Y esto va a ayudar a toda la vecindad. Esa es su labor del gobierno también. Componer la calle para que tal vez todos podamos atravesar, vayamos a comprar, vayamos a la escuela, vayamos al hospital, vayamos donde sea, podamos ir bien. Son cosas del gobierno y por eso pagamos impuestos, para que estas cosas sucedan. Muchas veces muchos dicen, tan caro el precio de la gasolina. El impuesto que la gasolina tiene es un impuesto que el PUP lo había puesto también y UNIP lo sigue, pero es una forma de buscar dinero para todos estos servicios que nosotros necesitamos. Pero regresando al tema en la cual pues no tuvieron oportunidad y todas esas cosas allá, es importante decir de que hay que enfrentar la vida con un poquito más de carácter. Yo encontré una persona una vez, aquí en Belice, un beliceño, un compañero mío, que me dijo, a mí el gobierno no me ayuda, que el gobierno esto, que necesito lámina, que necesito cemento, que necesito esto. Bien. Pero ¿sabes qué? ¿Dónde estás trabajando? Pues no tengo trabajo. Miren, le digo una cosa. A veces en Belice el trabajo existe. Lo que no hay muchas veces dinero. Pero el trabajo hay. Y hay que buscarlo. Yo admiro esas familias que se levantan temprano y que se van Y como dice mi amigo Georgie, de Georgie's Garage, se rompen la piel para sacar el día de trabajo. Ese tipo de gente, por ejemplo, los cortadores de caña, los vaqueros, los ganaderos, la gente del campo, son gente que laboran arduamente y con la bendición de Dios pueden sacar sus hijos, su familia adelante. Hay muchos niños que lo necesitan. Hay muchos niños que necesitamos ayudar también. Hay que llevarlos por una buena dirección. No queremos un país que tal vez el día de mañana reine la delincuencia. Tenemos que salvar esta generación de jóvenes que la mera verdad lo necesitan para que tengamos un próspero Belice y podamos jubilarnos todos nosotros en paz. Como nosotros decimos, Belice está hecho de oportunidades, pero las oportunidades a veces tenemos que sentarnos a pensarlo. Muchos negocios se comienzan sin dinero, pero a veces uno dice, pues ¿cómo? Claro, yo comencé un negocio sin dinero. Estaba, pero mira, como dicen, bien amolado. Pero a veces uno tiene que buscar ciertas personas que te puedan apoyar, que puedan respaldar y buscar sea para trabajar.
Let's take this call, Doc. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Quería dar un comentario por la televisión, ¿sabes después?
Ok. Sigue adelante, señor.
Hello.
Sí, adelante. Adelante, le escuchamos.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Mr. Abuelo.
Dígame, señor.
Quería poner algo aquí en el TV. Sí, quería dar un comentario, ¿no?
Ajá, sigue, ya estás al aire.
Ajá, sí, fíjense que lo que está pasando aquí en el área de San Lázaro y Ocristo, acá con los cañeros ahorita, lo que pasa es de que...
Sigue, señor, sigue.
Ajá, lo que pasa es de que aquí en la Unión ahorita todos los de acá, los cañeros, acostumbran a ir a comprar hacer sus compras en la Unión para que ahorren un poquito, para que hagan su lunch, los cañeros y todo. Lo que pasa es de que ahorita no dejan pasar a la gente de la Unión. Solamente los de la Esperanza, San Felipe y Bucuic pueden ir a comprar en la Unión. Y los de Yo Creek, San Lázaro, todos, y los de Orange Walk no tenemos que usar a la Unión ahorita. Yo veo eso muy unfair, that is very unfair, porque debe de ir parejo. Si no van a permitir a nadie que pase, pues es a nadie, y punto. No solo ciertas aldeas pueden ir. Y eso está afectando mucho a los camiones ahorita. Gracias.
Ya, pero Black, ¿sabe qué? Tenemos migración ahí y tenemos customs ahí. Policía. So yo creo que ese es un legal point of entry, if I'm not mistaken, because we have the authorities there. Entonces no sé qué está pasando, que solo gente que está más cerca, como Agaspine Ridge y esas áreas, se permite para pasar allá en la Unión y no los de Yo Creek y los de Orange Walk. Yo sé que había un tiempo que estaba llegando bastantes buses, autobuses del sur y de Cayo, y estaba parando la gente para entrar ahí de esas áreas, solo la gente que vive en el área como San Felipe y así, pero ahora este señor está diciendo de Yo Creek y de Orange Walk no está dando permiso a la gente que pasan.
Pues, chequen, la mera verdad, voy a ser honesto, no estoy muy al tanto de todo esto, pero ¿cómo es que ellos saben cuando vienes de Yo Creek?
Es verdad.
¿Cómo saben que vienes de San Lázaro? Son cosas para pensar. No encaja a mi mente cómo esto pudiera suceder, pero tal vez es cosa para averiguar por qué. Yo creo que pues es un lugar legal para que todos puedan entrar. Yo soy de acá de Orange Walk, yo he ido a la Unión, nunca he tenido problema. No sabría por qué.
Yeah, let's hope that the authorities are listening, but that we have to do our research to find out if it's a legal port of entry. so we could know better. But on that note, that we will take our final break of the morning, and we shall return after these commercial messages.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Hi, my name is Michael Teos. I'm a Diginet customer. My internet experience is wonderful. My children go to school, they're in high school, and the demands of them having to surf to do homework, also doing their games. There's no buffering when you're watching movies on Netflix likewise too. And when 5 of us are actually on, I no longer have the problem of having to be waiting for that eternal circle to while buffering. So it's been excellent. For myself, normally when I have to do proposals, I have to download large files. I also, on a daily basis, maybe just the music while I'm doing my work likewise too. If I have to sign up for Diginet, I had a 2 meg internet. I took on the 10 meg package, which is for $99. Also offers me free mobile data and talk. For an additional $25, I bundle my home phone onto my Diginet plan. Since switching over to retail Diginet services, I've been able to head to my bed much more earlier. I no longer have to be wait up late at night, waiting till I can actually have the amount of bandwidth to do my work. I'm recommending everyone to sign up for Diginet services. And also, if you have a home phone, to add on the bundle, it will save you hugely.
Diginet is now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, Orange Walk, and now Placencia. Coming soon to Belama's Phase 1 to 4.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. 9 minutes away from 9 o'clock, and that we're here. Today is the 4th day of June 2018. You know, they're in the hurricane season. I feel the rain yesterday, rain come down. I hope no flooding now start very lately. But we want to ask the people, especially the people in the Blackwater Creek area here, to start cleaning up the drains that are in front of their homes, because they can do it, and then by doing that, then they will ensure that the water not clog up in front of the yard, because to make the water reach a big drain, you have to get what clearance to make it reach a big drain. So we just want to ask them to cooperate and just clean up so that when this big rain come, we're not getting no clog, because the big drain right there in front of that, we're ready to carry the water.
And it's a big investment that has been done in the Blackwater area and part of Trial Farm. One of the biggest investments that the Deputy Prime Minister did, because people were flooding, their homes got water, and their property got damaged, and all these things. When this really, in fact, I tell you what, even San Lorenzo, who's in sight, got flooded. But with this infrastructure there, this thing has been alleviated. Of course, yes, I know the people are aware of that. They don't want to have flooding in their homes, and they do clean up their front of their drain so that the water can find its way to the bigger drains. But I'm happy to say that, you know, it's working, it's there. You know, people have to make use of it.
But then not only if we have it there right back, we have to maintain it.
Yes.
And make sure to keep it clean so that when time the rain comes and say, oh, ese drain no sirve porque el agua siempre está enfrente de mi casa. So me could take care of it, because remember you said the Carl Morris, why estamos en problema aquí en Blackwater Creek, está entrando agua en mi casa. But that is not happening. I would just say, like what you say, thanks to the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Gaspar Vega, for taking on such a huge project.
Yeah.
And this one run all the way to the river and through that.
That's right.
Drain.
Yes, what happened, this is a bold initiative on behalf of the Deputy Prime Minister, Gaspar Vega, you know, committing $4 million into Trial Farm and Blackwater area for, you know, the alleviation of this flooding that was devastating to homes and people. Can you imagine you wake up in the morning and first thing you do, drop your feet into water?
Why?
Your bed, your mattress, your sofa. It broke my heart, but this no longer is happening. But of course, you know, the maintenance of that, we don't have a Togos there to maintain it, but people know the value of this. And I've seen people cleaning it up, you know.
Yeah.
Getting it while it was dry, because in anticipation of the rains. So, you know, it's a way to protect their own property also.
That's right, that's right. We want to also remind the residents of Belize, the entire country of Belize, that re-registration starts on the 2nd of July, and that is right here upon us, less than a month.
Yeah.
And for you to be eligible to vote for the referendum in 2019, which will be the 10th of April, you need to re-register. And also for you to vote for election, town council election, you need to be re-registered. So the re-registration process starts on the 2nd of July. So that ID card that you have right now is no longer valid, because there is no election that is coming up between now and the 2nd of July. So if you say, but I just registered 2 months ago, that is still not valid. It is re-registration, and myself and Doc are discussing to bring someone from the Elections and Boundaries on the show so that they can explain the process very clearly so that we can know what we need to do for this re-registration. This will be happening in the entire country, in the villages and all over, right, Doc?
The whole country of Belize, you have to register again so that the books, the binders, the voters' binders can be renewed, can be cleaned, and that all the changes that have gone through all the 20 odd years that they have been existing would be updated. So, es importante que todos la re-registración comienza el 2 de julio, y es importante este trabajo, esta actividad, por el hecho de que los libros donde se encuentran todos los nombres de gente registrada por división se hagan mejor, se mejoren, por el hecho de que hay gente que tal vez ha fallecido, hay gente que ya no vive aquí en Belice, hay gente nueva que ha llegado también a la división, en la cual necesita entrar en este proceso para poder votar en su división. Entonces, cada vez se tiene que mejorar esto, y esta vez le toca el 2 de julio. Vamos a traer una persona que de la comisión de elección, que nos indique qué son las cosas que tenemos que hacer, y van a tener la oportunidad ustedes de llamar y preguntarle a ella o él todas las dudas que ustedes tengan.
That's right. So re-registration coming up, and we also have the referendum coming up on the 10th of April next year, and we understand that the personnel from Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be going around the country with an educational campaign. I'm not sure to what extent it will be when it comes to the rural areas, because sometimes when these people come around, they usually just go in the center of town and not to the rural area. So I'm not really sure to what extent that educational campaign will be.
Bueno, ya oímos que el antiguo primer ministro Said Musa dijo que sí al ICJ.
Oh, yes.
Johnny Briceño también dijo sí al ICJ, pero su partido no sabe cómo está. Yo creo que si tú eres líder de un partido y tú dices sí al ICJ, si eres buen líder, tu partido va a decir sí al ICJ también. Pero si tú dices sí y el partido dice no, te cuestionamos qué clase de líder eres, porque un líder es el que va adelante y es el que está abriendo las puertas y llevando la batuta. Entonces tú no puedes decir voy acá y tu gente va en otra parte, porque no se ve bien. De todas maneras, sabemos que el PUP tiene problemas de liderazgo. Vamos a ver cómo componen esto.
Yeah, so, and that is what is happening. The Right Honorable Said Musa alluded to that. He was in government as Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. He has studied all venues, everything he has studied out, and he realized that he knew that the right way to go is the ICJ, and he also said Belize stands a very good chance and the best chance of going to the court. But last week, before we closed that the CCJ ruled against this healthcare partners thing, no, because I understand that Mr. Ashcroft was supposed to collect a big amount of money, but the CCJ ruled that it has to be authorized by the House of Representatives, right? So that's a good news for Belize again. So it's not everything that we go to court out there for we lose, that, because people in the court, they have conscience as well, and they see what's happening. And so when the Prime Minister calls the next sitting on House of Representatives, we are not sure if that will be tailored.
Well, it could be. Fact remains, though, that that ruling there shows that, yes, Belize has a position, but looking at it, if we look at it a little bit superficially, how is it that's going to pay $90 million of taxpayers' money and we won't get anything? That's craziness.
Debe ser algo por algo, ¿verdad?
Seguro. No podemos pagar 90 millones por nada, porque según se entiende, van a dar 90 millones y no van a conseguir ni el hospital, porque el hospital ya se vendió. Y esa es una travestía. Entonces, creo que hay conciencia sobre esto. Ashcroft y el Accommodation Agreement, el acuerdo de acomodo que firmó Said Musa, juntos con Francis Fonseca, porque él era el procurador general, ¿sí? Procurador general del país, firmaron este acuerdo de acomodo con Ashcroft, y ahora se produce que son $90 millones que se deben con el interés que Belize Bank ha puesto. Pero Belize tiene que pagar $90 millones por nada. No vas a ni conseguir el hospital, Dios mío. ¿Ah? Una gran injusticia para el pueblo de Belice. Y obviamente que la corte, ellos están apurados, quieren el dinero, llevar esto a la corte de justicia en el Caribe. Y dijeron, no van a pagar nada hasta que la Cámara de Representantes vote por ello. Y obviamente todos sabemos que van a votar.
And it's not only on the government side they will be voting that, and then I understand it's going to be like a conscience vote, no? That it will be per division, no? So they call a name certain person representing for Judge Division. How do you vote? Belize Rural not. So people and say exactly how everybody vote, which is good, Doc.
It is.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Is very interesting. Very interesting. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Well, Doc, the time is 9 o'clock, and we know we have a commitment with our viewers for them to see their novellas.
Yep.
You know, the persons in the village, they want to see their novellas, and we do our best to make sure that we make that time available for them. So, I want to ask you for your parting words for this morning, Doc.
Well, a todos los despedimos, pues ya llegó la época de lluvias. Los cañeros, yo sé que los últimos están batallando con sus camiones y sus máquinas para sacar lo último de caña. Y si no entregaste tu caña, pues lamentablemente el tiempo se acaba, porque ya están cayendo las lluvias y eso demuestra el final de la zafra. Pero nosotros somos conscientes del trabajo arduo que nuestra gente cañera hace en nuestra área del norte. Estamos con ustedes en estos tiempos. Les deseamos lo mejor a todos ustedes, que haya sido una de las mejores zafras. Reconocemos de que los precios no son los mejores, pero no es culpa del gobierno. Esta es culpa de los precios internacionales que se están dando allá afuera, que nosotros no tenemos control. Sin embargo, creemos de que esperamos y le pedimos a Dios que tengamos mejores tiempos en otras zafras venideras. Así que a todos ustedes les felicitamos por el trabajo que han hecho. Ustedes contribuyen grandemente a la economía del norte y en fact a la economía de todo el país. Gracias, señores cañeros. Les agradecemos su contribución, su trabajo arduo. A todos ustedes, desde el ama de casa que se levanta a las 4 de la mañana a hacer la comida para esta gente que va a trabajar en el campo, los mecánicos, los electricistas, toda esta gente que trabajan arduo para ver que la industria azucarera sea próspero. Se los agradecemos de corazón y les deseamos lo mejor.
We'd like to thank you all who tuned in today. We'd like to thank Morris and Rahim for the technical support. Thanks to everybody who called, everybody who texted. If you just been sitting on your sofa and listen, or you're on the YouTube listening, we'd like to thank you so much. This show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. Myself and the Doc, if the good Lord so will, we will be back tomorrow right here on the Sugar City Morning Show. So for today, folks, we say so long and see you all tomorrow.
Gracias.